all the correct files, and yet it's still not wanting to work right. So I gotta set this up a bit. Enable open mic. Enable open mic. Enable open mic. Right now, we're just gonna sit here and look at Nick Cage's beautiful face. Ain't it beautiful, guys? Just looking right at it. Nick Cage too strong. So
10 seconds remaining.
In the first little bit of a ban time, thinking about it, gonna ban a Timber. Timber's
Radiant team ban.
but I think it's the worst ban that they could have had. So to a me.
Dire team ban.
I think you got your teams wrong, brother. Extra sour wet noodles does not play Meepo.
Ten seconds remaining.
Yeah, like
5 seconds remaining.
Alright. So
Reserve time.
I don't know how that I don't know if Jung was actually gonna pick Meepo. I don't think he was. I'm really definitely thinking that he wouldn't have picked Meepo. That's just me. So, while we wait, we shall look at the bounty hunter
Radiant
ban.
team ban.
Both teams seem to be taking this pretty seriously, minus the Meepo ban. Maybe that was a pretty big joke, so I shouldn't say serious because I don't know.
10 seconds remaining.
A bit peculiar for the ban.
5 seconds remaining.
So,
Reserve time.
having a day for sure. Supposed to go to class, but I didn't. Turned in what I needed to, but I didn't want to go to class, so I just didn't. Doing a group project, it's not fun, especially when you do 60% of the work in a group project, but it seems that way for a lot of people. It's like 2 or 3 people doing all the work for 5. Group projects are stupid, and they're generally a waste of time. And you could do the work by yourself if you had all semester like we have, but having to rely on other students who just don't care about anything except improving their social status in a world that really doesn't matter. I mean, you're not going to speak to these people ever again. Like, yeah, you're trying to get your dick wet, but at the same time, like, do that and still do schoolwork. It's not that fucking hard. Anyway, enough about that. We have a Lich pickup and a Batrider ban, so I like that. And we get a first pickup Weaver. So actually, instead of going to school, I just went to the gym. It was awesome. And it's really nice outside today, but it's so cold. Yeah, you guys in Britbong land, it's like nighttime for you almost, if it isn't. It might be already dark, probably is dark, 7:30. So we have a Weaver pickup and Lich, first pick. If you're gonna play against this extra sour wet noodles and you're listening right now,
10 seconds
if you let
remaining.
the Lich through, their win rate with Lich is kind of absurd.
5 seconds remaining.
Good luck is the best thing I can say to you. Noobs, pretty good.
Reserve time.
They're not awful. Pick up a life stealer.
Dire
So
team
Yoon's
pick.
gonna play the Lich. I don't mean to give away strat, but if you watch, like, this is the thing, like, there's games on every team now. You just have to look through the Dota TV and you can find them. So it's not like these strats aren't available. Like, I don't know. So Noobs clearly came in without doing their homework, and they might pay for it. Who knows? You don't give away a Lich to extra sour wet noodles. So
10 seconds.
yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
You get a Clockwork second pick, so they're going to be pretty
Dire
aggressive.
team ban.
Clockwork's probably going to go in the off lane. I don't see why he wouldn't. I think that the Clockwork pickup is overall strong pickup. He's going to be a good off laner. He kind of counters
10
Lifestealer.
seconds. 10 seconds remaining.
Like, I see how he counters Lifestealer, but at the same time, I feel like he just kind of disables Lifestealer. Just kind of has to pound his way out of the cogs, out of the boxing arena. So I guess that's technically a ban. Like a good pickup and a counter. Wake up, frog.
10 seconds remaining.
Wake up, frog dog. Alright, we got an Abaddon and a Naga band. Strong
5 seconds
bands.
remaining.
Naga disrupts the team fight pretty well, can allow you to counter initiate. Overall, very good
Reserve
band.
time.
It's typical, but it's strong. Getting the Visage band too, so
Radiant team
Visage
band.
actually making it all the way to the second phase
Radiant
is
team
pretty
pick.
good. So now you just have to ban out strong supports. And Abaddon's good, pairs up pretty well with the Lifestealer and the Weaver, mainly the Weaver. He pairs up very well with Weaver. So they pan those two. So you have the 2 carries out on Noobs a little early, so now you got to build around those 2 carries. And if they're going to keep banning strong supports like Visage and Abaddon, there's not much left. And even Noobs are banning supports
10
such as Naga and
seconds
Bane,
remaining.
and Bane would do really well alongside the Lifestealer, I guess, in the sense that you want
5
to ban the
seconds remaining.
Bane because it can eat up the Lifestealer and or the Reaper. So you do
Dire
get a
team
Rubik who is a strong pickup, but at the same time he's so squishy. If this Rubik does not have great positioning alongside Crystal Maiden, who I'm sure one of these teams will pick up a Crystal Maiden. So if they don't, I'll be thoroughly surprised because she's the best, in my mind, the best support still in the pool.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, let me click that. Venge. Well, alright, take that back.
Radiant team pick.
Venge is probably the not. I wouldn't say she's underrated by any means, but in my mind, she's my favorite support in terms of like overall skill. So yeah, I think she's a very strong support in the long term. She transitions well in the late game without much farm due to her aura. She makes her carries hit harder due to the aura and its percentage based
10
off damage,
seconds
so
remaining.
it's stronger. Her swap, she can just be sacrificial lamb.
5 seconds
If you get in
remaining.
a bad position, you just need the Venge to drop dead. Boom. Save one of your carries or whatever. If they get locked down or something, let's say there's an Alchemist picked up. I would like to see Extra Sour Noodle pick up an Alchemist or someone like that for a carry. I think Alchemist is still viable as a carry. I don't think he really got that much of a Nyx. So Nyx support.
Dire
I'm kind of okay
team
with this, but now that you have 2 Invis, they're kind of focused Dust and Sentry Wards. So that was not, if they weren't already enough going to with the Weaver, they're definitely now going to prioritize this. So it does put pressure on the early game for the supports to actually pick up and get some farm themselves so that they can keep the wards up and keep the Weaver and the Nyx on lockdown, or try to
10
keep them
seconds,
lockdown.
10
So
seconds remaining.
that's gonna be
5
bit of a
seconds,
challenge.
5 seconds remaining.
I do not know what's going on with my announcer. I hope the sound pack's not broken, because
Reserve
that's what
time.
was broken, and then my video started stuttering. So let's just hope for the better. Sorry if you heard all the background noise. I was fixing some stuff, making things work that should need to work. So guys, just pray with me that my Dota's not still broken, because I got an abandon last night because my Dota was broken, and a 5-stack, and I was doing okay. So, a bit upsetting. I was tired, so whatever. It was okay that it ended because I wanted to go to sleep anyway. So, it's one of those double-edged swords, like, oh no, I got an abandon, but it didn't affect my matchmaking. Slaughter. Slaughter
Radiant team
fucks
back.
bitches and gets money. That's all there is to it. Slaughter fucks the bitches and gets the money.
Dire team back.
So Weaver, have fun against the Slardar. I find Slardar to be a direct counter to Weaver. Yeah, you can time lapse, but you can only do that once. So have fun. That's gonna be pretty crappy. So the Vengeful Spirit, you can get the Vengeful Spirit, get all up in the face, and you
10
swap with the
seconds
Slardar.
remaining.
Boom. You don't have to do that. It's not the best move, but that's an option.
5 seconds remaining.
Swap the Venge for the Slardar. You don't really need to get a Blink Dagger on Slardar then, but I mean that's
Reserve time.
incredibly situational, and you kind of want to use your swap for a more advantageous positioning in some form. So I mean, obviously Stardart's gonna need to get. He's gonna be there. Well, they do have a clock, so we'll see how the initiation works. So they're gonna pick up another support. I think a good support. Ban the Crystal. No. Puck. Yeah, strong mid. Good ban on the mid.
Team pick.
Quap. I'm gonna see a Quap pick up. Storm Spirit.
Storm Spirit has arrived.
Lifestealer
Dire
Bob.
team pick.
Puck was also good. I think that was a strong ban because you got the cogs, and that can hurt the clock a bit. With the silence, if it gets right on top of him, boom. Gets the clock, he's silenced unless he gets his batteries full. And a Clink's mid. Powerful. So we'll see the right clicks and see if it's going to be enough. The Clinks is an incredible right clicker. And here we go with the lag already. Not even in game yet. Up, 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 up. Stutter, stutter more.
You really should prepare for battle.
Alright, hopefully we're okay. I hope that this doesn't affect my game. I really want to be able to prom once tire tied. Prom, grow up. You'll get tire time. We got caged, you too. Good luck, have fun. Alright. I guess technically you got caged, so that's kind of funny, Mr. Reaper. You're a funny guy. So, what's going on, bro? Lich, no? Lich needs to go mid. Yeah, Jung likes to go mid. Oh, actually, Jung's not on. What? I don't know. Jung's one of the best Liches I've ever seen, so a little surprised. I guess they're doing a 2-on-2.
Is this on?
And versus Tri-Lane and the off-lane Weaver. So they can shut down this Weaver. Yep, good boy. Sentry Wards, that's a good support right there. Sentry Wards at the start. And it does. So what? I love the weapon. Nice Immortal. Can't wait to watch your aura. I mean your Wave of Terror. That's going to be so cool to
battle
watch.
begins.
I love the particle effect. Alright, and
Or so I am told.
last hit's a nice. Eats up the range creep instantly, gives a lot of damage, so let's just hope I don't lag. I don't know if it's the dual screen that's forcing me to lag. I'm not quite sure. But just like the delay. You can even see the delay right here. It's just boom. My ping's not awful, is it? At 142, so it's pretty high. I'm not getting any stuttering on the video. So instant clogs. So Jung is mid, and I think the Storm Spirit's gonna rock him. Rock him tight.
Nope.
Yeah. So we're gonna see this starter get a little bit of harassment, but the right clicks from the Rubik are not gonna really hurt him. The Lich is taking a little bit of harass. Pretty decent ward. Kinda, you know, this place isn't used as much as it used to be. And we're still doing okay in terms of no lag, so we're gonna watch that. Sarda's up to 3-1. And Clinks is at 2-1, beating out the Storm. But we might actually have a death mid. Nope, not quite stun. You need about 3 more last hits. Nope, just takes the last hit. Right clicks. Whooshoo. So just a kind of a careful play style by both these teams right now. A little aggressive in the mid. There is is able to get the Storm Spirit out of mana. Not that close to a bottle quite yet, so we'll see. They both have vision that the rune's top. Clock's pretty far away from his bottle. He's a little bit further away than the Storm Spirit. He's losing 4-0 to 3-1, so not really losing technically. I mean, Clock does okay because it was trying to manage mana against the. There we go. Venge is gonna pick up the DD. Well, they're gonna go on mid with the double damage. I think they should. This Storm Spirit's been pretty aggressive, and nope, Lich is just being a tad bit too aggressive. They do see the Storm, and he gets the stun off. Enough right clicks. Nope. Gonna have to get the cogs up on him. One more right click. There you go. Good cog. And Vulcan got it. So playing very well beginning, and they're gonna be not gonna reinitiate. But that's a pretty smart first blood. Pretty easy with the double damage. Enough right clicks from the Venge. About 100 right click damage right there. Exactly 100. So she's gonna come back up, and they're gonna take out this Weaver, giving this Clinks a little bit of free farm. So good transition from the support to pick up that rune. Advantageous rune. Oh, and we do get a stun off, and the code freeze, and boom. Stomp, motherfucker. Slither and crush. Slaughter's he's a gangster. You don't mess with Slaughter. He used to be in prison.
Missing middle.
Prison man. So, fish prison man. So, toughest place in the universe, technically. That's how tough he is. That Frost Blast is so powerful. It's such a powerful spell. Nah, I did get the double stack. Is that a double stack? Yeah, it's a double stack. Just so many little creepies. We need triple stack to kill off the. You need to eat a tree and pull through. That's your best bet with the single stack. But there is a ward here. I'm not quite sure if it blocks. I think it needs to be over a little bit more right about here. And we do have a lift on the Rubik, and does pick up the Slardar. The Slardar does get. Oh wow, beautiful impale. Are they gonna get enough damage? There's a stun by the Slardar. He's gonna get away. Oh, so close, Nyx. That was very good. And try to regress, and no, back off. That was a good stun by the Nyx. He was able to catch both of the Slardar and the Lich out. So 50 some health, and he's gonna get away. He actually had about 30 health. Just needed a little bit. See, when sprint used cost mana, he wouldn't have been able to sprint away. And if he would have had enough mana, he would have been completely out.
Missing middle.
And boom. You did get it, and he got the cogs off on the Storm Spirit's just kind of walking right into the cogs, really for no reason. He's bottle crowing, so 245. And right now you have a 17 and 5 Clinks with a pretty good location for a Sentry versus a 7 and a Weaver, so that lane is in favor of the 2-1-2. The Dire right now. I mean, the Weaver is getting solo farm, but he's not that close to his Aquila. He's about 200 away from his Aquila. And Boots almost treads up on the Slardar. I'd like to see an Armlet rush into a BKB, and then into a Blink or Armlet B. And Frost Nova just going to be aggressive to get away. See, level 4 versus level 3, level 2, and a level 4. So that's where the weakness of the tri-lane is. I think they should rotate maybe Rubik. They do get a lift off. No, the stun does actually connect. They do get this. Oh, wow! The Rubik does drop to the Slardar, and Rage Open Wounds was not going to be enough. There's need one more right click. This Noob Reaper is going to dive it, and he does get the right click, but he might drop. Oh wow! Their over aggression might actually make him drop to the right clicks for the tower. One more right click, and beautiful rocket flare, getting a little bit enough damage, and then the tower is able to finish him off. So the stomp by Slardar was really, the Slithering Crush stomp. I'm just gonna call it stomp. I mean, it is Slithering Crush, and I understand that I should call it the right name, but essentially it's just a stomp. Was able to catch both of the Nyx and the Lifestealer right here in range of the tower. So they pay for their aggression. They do get the Lich, but at what the cost? One more right click. Oh, inherit blood crit. What the hell? Level 7 Clinks. And he's getting not too terribly close. He almost has one Oblivion Staff. Gosh, I know these things. I just gotta think about it. So Storm gonna take. Yep, he's gonna take the. So he's pretty close to his treads, and he has a haste in the bottle. So we'll see what he does with that. It's in his sleeve, up the sleeve. There's a level almost 7 Clockwork versus. And actually, this is pretty even mid. 26 and 3 to 21 and 4 clock. Now 22. So Clinks is actually leading the way at 30, and this Weaver is getting kind of destroyed. He needs some help. 2 range versus 1 range is pretty difficult, especially for an off-lane Weaver. I think that they need a little bit of transcription. There is vision on Jung. See what he does with this. Yep, Storm Spirit is moving around. He is coming out with his haste. Is he going to be able to get the electrical vortex? He's going to jump right into the clock and actually gets on top of him. But there, there's battery sold. There's a lift, but it's going to be enough. Open wounds and then a good Slithering Crush. And actually, Nyx drops first. But then the clockwork does drop, and there's an electrical vortex, and they are going to be able to drop all of them. Lich drops, and same with the Slardar for the Nyx. So, good advantage for Noobs. They came right back in there. And right now you can see that that fight right there brought them back in. They were starting to drop about 2,000 gold. They've got to make almost 1,000 gold. They made over 1,000 experience up with that team, with that advantage. 3-to-1 drop. So, a little bit of a misplay, but at the same time, it was more just a ward allowed them to see in the rotation with the haste rune. So, there is an invis bot, and Weaver sees it, but he knows that he shouldn't take it. Yep, and he doesn't take it. So the Storm Spirit's going to take this, and if he gets Electrical Vortex up and going, he can take someone out.
It would
he did level
appear
that up
Radiant's top
more.
tower
It's
is
a 1,
under
3,
attack.
3, 1 build
Radiant's
at level 8.
structures
Pretty strong.
are
They do
fortified.
see
There
that.
appears to be
The
some
Lich
sort
did
of
ping out.
magic. Radiant's top tower is under attack. And not in a good way.
Okay, you need to shut your mouth.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, so reinitiation. Oh, and just eats up the sacrifice creep. So top has been abandoned, so the Clinkz is getting free farm.
Radiant's
Already almost
top
got a
tower
second.
is under attack.
Goddamn. Skogauster, you're too loud. And
It would
actually,
appear
Ripe's working,
Radiant's
so I'm not
top
able to cast right now. He is working. So anyways, a little break in the action. So there's 50 last hits, and they do get a lift up on the Slardar. It is thrown down. Storm Spirit jumps in, does get Electrical Vortex off. There is a open wounds, and they do take out with an
Radiant's top
Impale.
tower is
They
under
did
attack.
not necessarily think that. I think Lich
Not
was
in
going
a
to drop
good
either way.
way.
2 to the open wounds, but they secured it, and actually
Radiant's
Nick's
top
got the kill with
tower
the
has
Impale.
fallen.
They did lose a top tower, tier 1, and this Clink's starting to get out of control. He almost has a second Oblivion staff, and 200 gold away from having it, and already has brown boots. So we'll see how powerful this Clinkz is. If he gets a 13, 14 minute Orchid, it's gonna be tough because you're letting him get really out of control. Yeah, you're taking off the single picks, and you did rotate, you did waste a lot of time, and Storm Spirit's just there to harass and kind of take care of this Clinkz, get him out of the way. Bench is only level 5, doesn't need a level 6 for the swap. Maybe he can go 3-3 with a Howl. And this Lardar's a little out of position. He is going to not get lifted. I think he should have gotten lifted right there. He did initiate sprint, and he gets only level 4 Nyx. Negative 5 armor, so that's not good. Initiation mid, wow, beautiful clock. And just kind of to push him out of the way. He was underneath the tower. He did use his haste rune. He does use a bottle charge. He does get the battery sawed off, and is he going to have enough damage? He does get the Weaver. The Weaver just kind of overstayed his welcome, and the Weaver is level 8. He did have time lapse right there, but he didn't use it. He had just enough mana, and he could have actually, if he would have time lapsed, he would have been put over here because it was about 5 seconds instead of dying right there. He would have been put back right here because that's where he was about 5 seconds ago. And so Jung just played very strong. He did get his hook off, and that was a really good strong hook, and backed off, reinitiated, kind of like it's in range of the tower, but it's better than being right here in range. And Storm Spirit does jump in, but wow, good reaction time from Jung. He uses his cogs, and his cogs are just beating out the Storm Spirit's mana. And Jung's going to be able to escape. Just really intelligent play by Jung to lay down his cogs. We see some pings come out. They do know the Rubik is right there. I think they want to go. Lich is pinging. No, yep, Lich is pinging. They do play down a sentry. They do think that someone's around, but actually it's not. I think it's just intuition. They know the team's right there. And they did have the, yep, amplified damage. And they know, yep, they know. They know. Amplified damage was on, so Sardar's ult was able to give them vision. So he puts it up on the Weaver, so now the Weaver's going to have to time-lapse out if he wants to not get attacked with that negative 3 armor. Storm Spirit's coming in. I do hear hook, and then a good cogs, but he did hook up on the Nyx. The Lifestealer does drop, and the Nyx is going to drop. They get a stun off on the Rubik. The Rubik is going to come in, and the Storm Spirit jumps in, but he does clean up the clock. He does get out successfully, and there is the Weaver. Weaver did time-lapse, and he got slowed with the chill. They do get a stun off. There's just barely in range, and amplify damage, and he needs to put it on, and he didn't. So a little bit of a misplay by F. He should have put the amplified damage on whenever he saw him. I can understand, you're trying to get your Slithering Crush off, but amplified damage would allow them to see him and continue on the attack. Clinkz has his Orchid and 500 gold in the bank, and is going to take T2 top relatively easily. So, and he does get the last hit.
It seems that Radiant's top tower
So he's
has
back.
Radiant.
So a pretty commanding lead by ESW in there. You got about a 5,000 gold lead, actually more, and then about a 5,000 gold XP lead.
Middle tower is under an extraordinary amount of Radiant's bottom tower is being subjected to extreme violence.
And you can even see it in the phase. Almost drums up on the Reaper. On the Lifestealer, but he needs a bigger item. For 12-minute farm, he should have more, but they were just getting out aggressed. They do see the Rubik drop a ward right here, so if they want to come in, they can deward that. And knowing Jung, he's probably going to make his team do that. Come on, man. What are you guys doing? Clinks did drop his ult. He does get the Nyx off, but he does get open wounded. And he does able to pick off the Nyx, but he might lose his own life in return. And no, actually disengaged by the lifestealer. So Clinks gets a free kill. Gets away scot-free. Oh, we did have initiation bottom. They did take out the Slardar, but they did lose the Storm Spirit. And the Lich does drop to the Weaver. He did get a Sakuchi off and was able to just get a couple right clicks with the Chimonite. Pretty good on-target rocket.
Rocket on.
So I did miss that kill bot, and we did get a Rubik steal on How. He wanted this. That's pretty upsetting. You know, you really want the stun. So Nyx is actually holding Lifestealer, baby. I think that he should be in the Storm Spirit, personally. I don't think he should opt to go in the Nyx, who's not even 6. If the Nyx was 6, then yeah. Nyx is not quite 6, and he's sharing, I'm pretty sure he shares XP with the Lifestealer, who's in him. So it's just slowing down his overall progression. We do get a amplified damage on the Weaver, so he's going to have to out of that. Haste rune on the Clockwork, but he's going to disengage. He used his cogs and was not able to do anything about it. So there are visibly 4 bottom for Dire, and they're going to have a rotation from the Nyx, who's still not 6. 15 minutes into the game. So I think that he should be in the Storm Spirit, who is level 11. He's playing pretty well at 47 last hits. Slardar has 49, and Clinks has 100 basically. So we do have initiation, jump in, and a jump out from the, and then a good slithering crush. But isn't going to be enough to get the cogs off, and does get them off the, oh wow. Slardar, because of his armlet, was able to get him off, and then the final kill from Jung to get the hook off on the Weaver to not allow him to get away. So Storm Spirit's the only one allowed him to get away, and he vortexed away.
I feel like a broken record.
Ball lightning. Vortex. So that was essentially a bloodbath. That was a very good slithering crush. It was able to connect very well with that. And they are going to take bottom tier 1 for a prize.
Has that ever been cause for... Oh, look. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So there is not quite a mech up. About 500 gold, 400 gold from a mech on a Lich. And Rubik is caught out. He's caught out. No, he's not going to drop though. Bonnie took out, apologies for missing that. Bonnie took out, we do have a slithering crush on the Rubik. Does disable his armlet. That was a weird ward, and his team's upset with him for that. He does get instantly hooked and dropped. Missed on the slithering crush, but he didn't even need to land it. The hook came in and did enough damage to break the Rubik. So I think that might have been a misclick on the ward
Radiant's
placement.
middle tower is under attack.
And Clinks, oh wow, Clinks is able to get it off because of the Orchid extra damage. They do take 30% of that, and then the land from the rocket flare just ended that. So what a beautiful play. That was a really good kill. Really good thought through Jung's mind, like thinking, okay, this is where he's going to be very advantageous in his attack. And finally I see the Lifestealer bomb. Which does see that. They do see that the Storm Spirit's in there, and that is their biggest worry.
Dire's top tower is under
Things
attack.
coming out. Really just kind of watching each other, and they do see that. Yep, they do. Come on, let me click on the damn ward. For some odd reason, it's not letting me click on the ward, but it clearly had vision up to here, I think about right here. They were able to, the first line. Oh wow, good hook from the, and the Weaver is going to drop instantly, just get blown up completely. Storm Spirit jumps in and able to get away, but the Lifestealer does come in. They get a swap off on the Venge. Venge swaps, and beautiful Slithering Crush. They're going to actually pick up both with the initiate, follow up. by the Venge stun. I think the Venge should have maybe saved it for the Nyx, possibly, but I guess they wanted to guarantee the kill, so I understand that. We're gonna have a follow-up. No, the Nyx is almost down. The double damage up on the Clink, so he's able to one-shot with the negative armor, and he does silence, and they're gonna just take mid. He can find him. They do see him. He was able to see him through the clover, and he still does the double damage up, and 2 hits, 357. Right-click damage. So this game's kind of getting out of hand quickly. Bunny's playing lights out right now. 116 last hits at 19 minutes in. He must like Clinks or something. I don't know. I can't tell. He's actually building the BKB. And hook in. Actually just going to scare him away. Puts out his cogs. And they're going to have to disengage. They are a little overextended. Wow. Beautiful. Just instinctual slithering clutch. And yep, the clockwork does drop. There is gonna be the Lich ult, and it does connect with 3, and it's gonna keep bouncing back and forth, back and forth. Gets 2. And ESWN does get a double kill with that. And are they gonna be able to connect up? Yep, they are able to kill. And then, uh-oh, here comes Clinks with them right clicks. So as Clinks was cleaning up the team, and he's gonna continue on the Rubik. One more. There he does. And so Clinks is kind of running the game now. Has a BKB and already 2.2 kg in his bang. Just outright bought a Crystallis. So, you know, it's a pretty strong weapon right there. So, yeah, sorry, I don't know why I did that. Bunny's playing pretty good. And that was a really good Lich ult. That was really advantageous for his team. They were able to counter-initiate while low on health and only lost a clock. And the Slardar?
I would like to point out that Radiant's middle tower had...
So, not the best ward. We do have this tree cover right here that is blocked, so if you have someone with the Quelling Blade, eat those trees up, and then it's a good ward. And you even eat this tree right here, and that's a pretty strong ward. But until you do that, it's not the best ward placement. It's not bad. I mean, you do get this view right here, and it does give you this view too, but this is where you really, I mean, you can see up to the high ground if you cut down those trees. It's only 2. Oh, hook a little bit off. Oh, they do use BKB up on, and they need to back disengage. It was good dust, and they do get the lift off on the clockwork. I think it's just going to be for a disengage. Nyx is level 7, but he already does not have Vendetta for 30 seconds. Double ward right here. Good placement. Wrong hotkey. A huge creep wave pushing
Radiant's
by.
bottom tower is being subjected to
And Slardar
extreme
picks up
violence.
armor to BKB. Doesn't even need the
Radiant's
thinking
bottom
it's
tower
dope.
is
I don't know,
under
MKB.
attack.
Screw it. Heart's a very good item. Good swap. Very strong swap. They had vision. And kind of off the mark with the clockwork. The Lich ult's bouncing around, bounces back to the Nyx, and drops the Nyx. Slardar was actually able to pick up the kill. A good stomp by the Slardar, and he's gonna get Electrical Vortex, and the Weaver comes in and actually does some good damage to the Slardar and able to drop him off. He might be able to get the roll more right click. There he goes. So this Weaver's keeping his team in line. Did you get... Oh no, the Clinks is there, and just over-aggression by the Weaver.
Broken record.
Battery Assault, too strong. Too strong. So overall, 2 for 3. Probably wouldn't have lost to Weaver if he wasn't so aggressive. Slardar takes up the Nyx. And the
Dire's
Lich
top
dropped.
tower is being attacked like nobody's business.
Venge drops instantly. So it was a pretty good exchange, I feel.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Must I repeat myself?
Thanks, buddy. I didn't even see that.
Dire's top tower
And,
is being
yep.
attacked like
Oh no!
nobody's business.
Storm Spirit does
Radiant's
jump in, but he
structures
needs to back
are
up. He's just
fortified.
getting critted on too much. This tower, tier 2 bot, it's about to drop. You have a jump in, so you have a lifestealer bomb. Ball, lightning, lifestealer bomb. As you can see, Lich is going for a Necronomicon. So this is normally what they do whenever they feel they have a pretty strong lead, is just build mass Necronomicon. It's a good pushing utility, but 20,000 XP gold. Does get the silence off. Pops his BKB. One more right click. There he goes. Takes out the Nyx, and now he's on the Weaver now. The Weaver is not going to drop. And even the Nyx. Oh wow, Lifestealer got stunned. One more right click. Just so many lucky crits. Jesus. Beautiful Lich ult is actually stolen by Rubik, so doing a lot of damage. Not able to knock them all out. Actually did max bounces and just brought them down low. They were able to spread out enough to where that didn't do it, but it just had so many bounces. That was a very good steal by the Rubik, and he was able to get it off, but just no follow-up from his team. And this is kind of where you let Clinks get out of control.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And he has a gem. He's had that for a minute now, so he's pretty close to getting the Daedalus if he wants it. There is a mana debuff, and wow, beautiful stomp. Amplify damage, just too strong.
Dear me, Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Fadeable, but it's not going to be enough. They do get a Lifestealer bomb. They did see that, so they know exactly what's going on. Missed by the clockwork. He really wanted that. He does have Axe, though. It's down in 7 seconds. They do get the Lifestealer, and they're going to back away. Miss Slithering Crush. As you can see, there's not much initiation right here. I'm just gonna back
Radiant's
off.
top tower is
They do
under
know
attack.
that there's probably a ward there. They're pinging out about. Yep, they see. Most teams do that though, so it's not like a huge difference. Like you kind of know that teams are gonna do that. And yep, amplify damage, bust it off so he can use it there. Nope. He does have the negative 1 level and stun or something. So get the amplify damage up. There you go. Should have done that a bit ago.
Roshan has fallen.
Great.
To
So
the dire.
roommates decided that
I
she just
hope
wants
the
to
magnificent creature did not suffer overmuch.
start vacuuming because her pet cat pees everywhere. He's outside of the box because he's upset and he wants attention, but she doesn't give him the attention, so whatever. Anyway, right clicks down on the Nyx and BKB chop, and he might be able to take out. Nope, he's got to disengage. Kling's getting a little too greedy about this. We have further up initiation. Clockwork solo kills the Rubik, who was placing a ward right here, but they definitely saw that they had a ward up there, right there. So that was a good initiation by the clock. It will just solo pick off the Rubik, and by this time he should be able to just pure right clicking. And his spell's just doing in here incredible amount of damage.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Clinks is actually gonna go defeating the tier 1, I guess. It's moral kind of thing. You don't really want to lose any towers. They could have pushed in and probably won the game. But they're gonna disengage. And the Aegis is up. Oh, Halberd. I love Halberd. I think it's such a good item. Destroys Lifestealer. $2,000 health at 27 minutes. Over 200 right clicks with the Venge Aura. And Stormspear picks up Orchid, so Orchid's a pretty strong item, and I think that it's gonna do well on the Stormspear. And we finally had it. It's a little late, and what was that? No, just able to take away that ward, but it was already gone. No time left, so it full duration ward. As you can see, there's the Lifestealer bomb. Did walk just by the ward. He does have his overload up. It will get a good slow off, and they want to defend this. If they lose this purely like through a fight, they lose the game. I don't see that they're going. The XP is over 25,000 and the gold is almost 30,000.
Radiant's structures are fortified.
Jump in from the... Oh, wow. Beautiful initiation there. This is exactly what they needed. They get to jump in off of the Storm Spirit and drop the Venge instantly. So, good kill. Rubik does get slow, amplified damage. He needs to get away. He does get silenced and just out of position on the Rubik. And he doesn't drop. Actually, he does drop. And the good clock work. And he's fighting man-moaning against us, and he does take out the life stealer. So there is only the Storm Spirit left, and the Weaver even dropped. Amplified damage, he used his ult a little bit too early. And a great hook. That hook just ate him up. Yep, and there's the GG. I figured if they did very well at the beginning of the fight. And then it just kind of fell apart a bit. So it was over 30,000 gold and over 30,000 experience in favor of Extra Sour Wet Noodles. They are undefeated. And if this is your first time seeing them, you can see why. Rightly so. That was kill stealing. You are a kill stealer. Anyway, good game. And that's the only one I'm casting today, so I shall see you guys soon. Have a good day. Bye.